In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons of living and buying in Sarasota, Florida. So stay tuned. My name is Moriah Taliaferro with Premier Sotheby's in Sarasota, Florida. If this is your first time to our channel, be sure to check out all of our other videos. We're doing videos each and every week about what it's like to live, sleep, eat, work, play in gorgeous Sarasota. And if you have not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell so you're notified each and every time a new video comes out each and every week. We're working with people from all around the world who are looking to move to Sarasota, Florida. So if you are in that process, be sure to send us a text message, give us a call, shoot us an email, however you want to get in touch with us. We're here to be of service and help you along the way. So let's talk about what the pros and cons, the good, the bad, and the ugly of living in Sarasota, Florida. And I'm going to really talk about this from a county-wide standpoint. You'll see videos about different specific areas of Sarasota and the pros and cons in living in, let's say, Longboat Key versus downtown. So this is countywide. We're fortunate to be able to call Sarasota our home. I've been here for about 14 years now and absolutely love it. Can't really imagine myself living anywhere else for a number of reasons. First off, you've probably heard that Sarasota is known to be the arts and cultural coast of Florida, and that comes with very good reason. We have an amazing ballet called the Sarasota Ballet, which brings in international dancers. We have the Sarasota Orchestra, the Symphony, Sarasota Opera House. We have a Van Wezel Performing Arts Center, which in coming years will be a brand new state-of-the-art facility. So, and that's just to name a couple of the many theaters like comedy clubs, Florida studio theaters for amateur actors, and a lot of other options for someone that may want to participate in the arts and culture here. Plus, we have so many different museums, from fine art, historic paintings, to contemporary modern art, so a lot of different options. And that's really also tied into the neat architecture that we have here with the Sarasota School of Architecture that was founded in Sarasota, hence the name. So the art and culture is really reflective in a number of different ways, not only from the entertainment aspect with museums and theaters, but also in our architecture, and it plays into our culture as well. So Sarasota is a very wealthy community, but it's not pretentious. We have people that compare us to Naples and other areas of the East Coast and really flock to Sarasota because they feel that it's like stepping off the treadmill of life. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. All those different phrases do not apply to Sarasota because it's just a low-key, casual community. Sarasota has all the big city amenities with a very small town feel. We're fortunate that our buildings in the downtown area cannot be built more than 18 stories. In some of the zoning areas, a lot of them can only be about 10 stories or under as well. So it is a lot lower density than other larger cities. Let's take a Miami or even a Tampa, for instance, but you're not lacking in any of the amenities that you enjoy in both of those areas. So it definitely has a big town feel, but in a small community. Major pro are our beaches. Siesta Key has been rated #1 beach in the country multiple times over, and it's an incredible beach that families get to enjoy from all around the world. And that's just one of the many beaches that we have. We have Lido Key, we have the Longboat Key Beach, we have Nokomis Beach, Venice. So there's multiple beaches that someone could go to. Siesta Key is probably the most well-known, but all of them are beautiful with powdery white sand and absolutely gorgeous water. Sarasota is growing very rapidly. Our population has increased, especially in the downtown where a lot of the higher density buildings are. Despite all of that, our traffic is nothing compared to other larger metropolitan cities. We are asked all the time, what is the traffic like? And of course, it's always subjective. If you're coming from a place like Atlanta or even New York, I mean, we're not even a fraction. I get frustrated when I have to wait more than 5 minutes. And the great thing is that it doesn't happen too often in season when people are coming down to vacation or come for our come for our spring months. It's a little bit more traffic. It might add on an additional 15 to 30 minutes to your commute, but it's nothing too major throughout the majority of the year. Some of the cons of living in Sarasota and really living in Florida, the first one is the weather. there is no denying that in the summer months, it is very hot and very humid and can be quite uncomfortable. So that's a big reason why a lot of people own a second home here and they live up north and enjoy the summer months there and then come down here during the winter and spring when it's 70-degree weather. Otherwise, you're looking at 80 degrees with 90% humidity a lot of the time, so it feels like 110. So no denying that it can be very, very uncomfortable here during those summer months. Living on the coast definitely comes with some risk. Hurricanes are definitely something that one has to be prepared for and know that that's a possibility. Fortunately in fortunately in Sarasota, we really haven't had too many threats of hurricanes. Our last one was a couple years ago with Hurricane Irma. That completely missed us. And I don't know if there's something with the topography, there's some superstition that there's Indian burial grounds out on the coast and that might protect us. But we've been very fortunate to where anytime a major storm is headed our direction, it has completely missed us. So knock on wood, that's the case for the future, but do know that hurricanes are a threat here. When you're purchasing new construction especially, they're built to such high codes that you really can consider that a fortress. I stayed in a new construction building during Hurricane Irma and you couldn't even hear the wind whistling. It was so quiet, and I think our winds got up to about 120 during that storm. Another thing that plays into a bit of the weather would be the mosquitoes and the insects that come during the summer months. The great thing is when you are close to the coast, closer to the beach, you have less impact from the mosquitoes. They tend to go out in like swampland and kind of farther out east. So, but they are present, during the summer, especially when it's hot and humid, you are likely to get eaten. So I end up using a lot of natural insect repellent that works really well. So it's kind of one of those small negatives. We fortunately don't have to deal with it all day months of the year. I think another con for a lot of people, and this was more so, let's say 5 or 6 years ago, was Sarasota was kind of known as a retirement community, and it very much still is. A lot of people do come down here either pre-retirement or right when they're retiring and want to relocate. So there really had a little bit of a lack of, let's say, nightlife and entertainment for young families and things like that. Now that's really changed over the past 5 years. It's still lacking when you compare it to a neighboring city like St. Pete or Tampa. So, but it's definitely changed. Our downtown has changed dramatically. We have a lot of new art restaurants and not necessarily nightclubs, but bars that have craft beer and things like that. So it definitely has changed the atmosphere. So there you have it, the pros and cons of living in Sarasota. I'm sure I could think of more, but be sure to give me a call, shoot me a text message, however you want to get in touch. Love to talk to you more about what it's like to live here in Sarasota, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I tell you like it is.